Hey guys, welcome back to more AFK Arena. In today's video, we have a very solid contender for my new favorite character. She is up there with Mishka. It may not look like it when you just look at the character, but once you see the pet that they bring to combat, dude, this thing's hard to pass up as like one of my favorite characters. You guys know I love pets. This design is just all round sick. I love this like headdress that's like a scorpion type thing. I don't know if it's actually living or not. I didn't read the lore, so who knows, but like that headdress thing, absolutely savage with like the tail that looks like it's just gonna like it reminds me of Cell from Dragon Ball Z. I just feel like she's gonna suck up everyone's energy and then like just change forms. It's the first thing I thought of, but this character is absolutely sick in my opinion. It's a tank, a strength-based tank who specializes in regen. Let's get into it. Meta-wise, I don't know. Sounds like has some viability because of immunities to death, cheat deaths, and stuff like that, but we'll have to wait and see. But I'm excited for this character because it just looks so cool when you look at it in combat. So let's get into the skills. So her name is Naroko. That's what I'm going to go with. She summons a young Nadia, which is like a giant sandworm, who inherits 120% of her initial attributes and is immune to control effects. If Nadia is already on the battlefield, she breaks out of the ground in the area most densely populated with enemies, causing AoE damage equal to 20% of her max health and knocking them into the air. She then taunts enemies within range for 5 seconds, while her health is reduced to no less than 20% for the next 5 seconds. She gets a sandworm. If it's already out, it's going to go boom, taunt, but I can't die, so you guys are wasting everything. I love the sound of that. Skill ups. While Nadia is alive, each time a summoned entity dies on the battlefield, it doesn't have to be hers, it can be anyone's. Nadia absorbs its essence and grows, recovering 5% in health and increasing her initial attack rating and maximum health by 20%, which can go up to 5 times. So you can double her max health and initial attack rating, which is pretty solid. So you can see, like, you know, mixed with summoners, like I can see Navanthi synergy, stuff like that, but there's a lot going on here, which I really like. Like, honestly, this skill up is like a whole skill in itself. When an enemy hero uses their ultimate skill while Nadia, which is the sandworm, is taunting, all allied heroes' defense ratings are increased by 40% for 8 seconds. This cannot be stacked. Cool beans. Really solid ultimate. All right, next up, Sandy Citadel. Now, this one is a little bit confusing. Bear with me. I don't even know if I fully get it. She manipulates surrounding sand to grant all enemy heroes a sand shield that lasts for 6 seconds, while pilfering 50% of the current value of the enemy's shields, all shields, and converting it into their sand shield value. While the sand shield... with the shield of value pilfered each time not exceeding 15% of her max health, then dealing damage equal to 15% of her max health to the enemies. A sand shield cannot be dispelled, and once ended, it deals damage equal to 100% of the total pilfered shield value to the enemies. So the way I see it is like a leeching shield. So it's like it absorbs the other shields, so that it basically it's like a dot shield is the way I'm understanding it. I could be completely wrong on this. Honestly, it's a bloody hard wording to read, but that's the way I understand it. It's like a sand shield that like siphons their other shields and then explodes on them to deal damage. That's how I'm understanding it. Let me know if you guys understand it differently. I haven't really played with it too much, so I'll experiment with it more, but that's how I am reading into it. Skill ups. When an enemy receives a shield with their sand, while their sand shield is active, 50% of the shield's value is pilfered again and converted into their sand shield value. So once again, just absorbing that. Damage dealt to all enemies is increased by 20% of her max health, which is nice considering that she can also double her max health. While an enemy with a sand shield is attacked by an allied hero, the enemy loses health equal to 150% of the attack rating. This effect can only be triggered by each ally 2 times every 1 second. So I'm not sure if they've got a shield, because it just says they lose health. I'm not sure if that ignores the fact that they have a shield and just does their health, or whether it just absorbs damage out of the shield. Not 100% sure. Once again, this one is a bit hazy on me. I do apologize. It's still early. I'm just reading it for like the second time. So yeah, we'll test it more. Okay, next one, Dusty Torpedo. Naroko Naroko, I don't know how we're supposed to say it. She rings her bells and summons 3 sandfish that smash into no more than 3 enemies with the highest attack rating. Each sandfish deals damage equal to 200% of Naroko's attack rating and then dies. Skill ups, damage dealt increased to 220, damage dealt increased to 240. Really solid 30 signature item right here in my opinion, because when the sandfish dies, it explodes, dealing damage equal to 150% of attack rating to nearby enemies and stunning them for 3 seconds. So you've basically got 3 AoE stuns that come out when she uses this ability, which is not too bad in my opinion at a 30 signature item investment. I mean, that's 30 engraving. So honestly, that's a pretty solid engraving for 30. I like that. Then we go over into this skill. At the start of the battle, the young Nadia at the start of battle, young Nadia, which is the sandworm, and Naroko, however we want to say it, enter battle together. Each time Nadia takes damage equal to 5% of her max health, she grants healing to all allied heroes for 75% of the health lost. That's pretty cool. Nice team healing. Then level 2, for every cumulative damage received by an allied entity equal to 20% of their max health, they restore Nadia's health by 5%. Once Nadia has grown 5 times, she becomes an adult, which is cool. Her normal attacks will deal additional damage equal to 3% of her max health. Not too bad, because she's also got juicy max health. And then we got 60 engraving. When Nadia becomes an adult, she sprays venom 5 times against random nearby enemies. Each spray deals damage equal to 200% of Nadia's attack rating to the target. Thereafter, for the deaths of every 3 summoned entities, she sprays venom 3 times instead of her next normal attack. So I'm seeing some summoning teams coming into the play. But let's jump into the signature item. Okay, each time Nadia grows, she permanently increases her allied hero's attributes by 2% of her attack rating up to 5 times. This effect remains after Nadia dies. So each time Nadia grows, she permanently increases her allied hero's attributes by 2% of her attack rating. Is that every attribute? Like, are we increasing crit by 2% of her attack rating? If so, that's nuts. I don't know what it means by just attributes, or whether that's just like attack, defense, and HP. Not too sure. Attributes increased by 4% of her attack rating each time. Then we got 8%. But yeah, once again, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that would just be HP, defense, and attack. Then at 30, venom sprayed by Nadia reduces the target's defense rating by 10% for 8 seconds and can be stacked up to 5 times. So we got some good buffing and we got some good debuffing, which is pretty solid in my opinion. And considering, you got that extra group damage from when she comes up after the ultimate and stuff like that. Honestly, really solid for AoE, like narrow AoE fights. So not too bad. Floppy getting some more use, We'll see what happens. Then exclusive furniture at 3. When Naroko uses her ultimate skill, she restores Nadia's health by 100%. And then at 9, when Naroko receives fatal damage, she spends 3 growth stacks to become immune to this damage and recovering 50% health. So as she gets those growth stacks, she's going to just sacrifice them to get cheat deaths. I think that's pretty cool. Who knows how well this works at what deficit, but I think all around, when you look at that, it's a pretty cool kit. But the thing that really makes this character is when you jump into combat and look at it, because it's absolutely savage. Check it out. It's like a monstrosity sandworm. Like, it's so cool. Boof. Oh, dude, it's like, it reminds me of that thing on The Mandalorian, if anyone's seen it. That's what it reminds me of. It's sad. Look at it. It is savage. I love it. I think it looks so cool. I think it looks absolutely savage. I don't know. I just can't help it. I love it. I love it so much. I haven't seen her use her skill where she summons the little thingies. There they are. So there you can see the little thingies just go around, the little sandworms. So here, she'll use it here in a sec. She's too close to them. Come on. She used it there, but yeah, she summons 3 little sandworms that go beep, 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 beep. But honestly, another fantastic designed character. I love it. Let's go here. Let's just get, like, obviously Baiden's got the synergy. Who else summons? Let's just see how these do. I want to see if she gets her cheat death very quickly. All right, cool. Boom. We got the thingy up. Okay, we need it to ult so that we can get the taunt up, but we're not going to get there because we lost energy. All right. That was a bit cope. That was a bit cope. All right, let's just do boom, boom, boom. And like, let's do a Chimera. Let's just throw some things in there. I want to just see what happens. Athalia's just going to kill everything is essentially what's going to happen. That was a bad move. I don't know, guys. You can never tell with these type of tests, but I'm excited to test this character because I think it looks savage. I don't know. Like, it's one of those ones I just don't know the viability of just reading it. We'll have to wait and see. But in general, I think we could have something decent on our hands for a 4-faction Mauler, like a standard Mauler. But I'm going to reserve my judgment till I test it more. Because like I said, with the Sand Shield and stuff like that, I got to wait and see. But honestly, savage looking character, 6 Sandworm, I'm all about it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day. And I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.